Rolling. We want to welcome our friends joining us on Pluto TV channel 240, Dish Network channel 219, the Roku channel, Roku and Vizio, all platforms associated with the Real America's Voice app, americasvoice.news, Samsung TV Plus channel 1175, Freecast channel 106, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, our friends online on Getter and True Social. Great to have you on board today. You know, when we had the election stolen from us in 2020, we got busy here on Ringside, started a program that is still rolling today, and we're excited about it. It's called Keep the Republic. And it is all about the end of the Constitutional Convention when Benjamin Franklin was asked, what kind of government have you given us? He replied, Madam, a republic if you can keep it. Now, what does it take to keep a republic? Real, tangible action. Adopting the warrior ethos, placing the mission first, never accepting defeat, and we're never quitting. We're organizing groups based on the days of the week. Morning Prayers Monday, Release the Kraken Tuesday, Sheepdog Wednesday, Tech Triumph Thursday, and Fraud Busters Friday. And by the way, that Kraken is looking pretty good now after all these election revelations have come out. Now, to get started, you just need 2 or more people. So friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, or classmates. You can start small and get bigger. And as you do, send me your photos and videos to Jeff at WGSO.com. We'll share them with our friends. While you do that, include a short description of your group and the action depicted. Now, I think you're going to probably want a copy of our slides. You can just email me at Jeff at WGSO.com, or really easy, you just go on the website, which is my last name, Crouere, Crouere.net. Just download them from there. Also, we've got other assets for you at Crouere.net I think you'll enjoy. We've got a petition for the immediate resignation of Rhino Senator Bill Cassidy that people are still signing, and I appreciate that. We have some photos of me with President Trump, a note from him that I think you'll enjoy. My new videos I post on there. So my latest one is that ICE agents need to be able to do their jobs. Love for you to watch. Got 8,000 views on that. So we have a nice viewership on that. Love for you to watch and share it. Let me know what you think. And then information about my book, which is America's Last Chance. You know, I'm working on my sequel, which I will definitely have done before the midterms. But hopefully, maybe for the 250th anniversary would be nice. Also, we've got a countdown to those midterms on the website, which is our big midterms, maybe the biggest midterms of all time. And we've got our countdown clock there. You can subscribe to my new podcast, information about that on the air with Jeff Crouere, which is ranked number 2 in Louisiana. How about signing up for my newsletter? And you can get it for free. Just do it right there on the site. And also, I'd love for you to take our poll. We're going to keep it up for a little bit longer because we're on the verge of some kind of action in Iran. But what should it be? I'd like to hear from you. They're facing their biggest protest in 47 years. Should we do nothing? Should we do military action? Should we do something in between? So log on to Crouere.net and cast your vote. You can contact me there on the site. Of course, you can also email me at jeff@wgso.com. You can contact us on social media where we're on Gab, Getter, X, and True Social at Jeff Crouere, or Facebook at Ringside Politics. Every time we gather, we share our favorite pro-Trump image of the week. And this one was not really on Trump, but it's about a Trump issue. And this is from Gabriel. Fair and honest elections, all the things we need, from voter ID to citizenship to residence to early ending of that vote count, and that would end the Democratic Party. And Gabriel, I think you're right. So if you got a pro-Trump image or meme you want to send me, just email me at jeff@wgso.com. We also give a shout out to our Ringside Politics Champion of the Week. This week, it's a group working hard to preserve history, to preserve our monuments, our statues, our historical markers. The left loves to destroy. We love to protect history and venerate history because it's part of who we are. And the Monumental Task Committee does that better than anybody else. So go to monumentaltask.org and check out what they do throughout the Gulf South to help preserve our monuments. So, folks, with the economy the way it is, there's all kinds of different possibilities. So we recommend that you diversify, and that's why I recommend Birch Gold. So we've got a lot of things out of our control, our president's control. It's important to have that safe haven. That's what Birch Gold does. They'll help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in physical gold. And the best news, it doesn't cost you a penny out of your pocket. So let's get started. Text America 989898. You'll get a free info kit, which is chock full of good information. So protect your savings today with Birch Gold. Text America to 989898 and get your free info kit today. Let's check out some of the topics that we're following. Of course, the big story of the week has been the tragic kidnapping of the mother of Savannah Guthrie, and we saw the pleas from the Guthrie family, from the brother and the two sisters. Savannah Guthrie, of course, beloved broadcaster, been doing that for decades, and her mom, 84 years old. This has been a very mysterious case, and we're going to talk to a detective later on in the program about some different angles to it. So the plea continues to be for some kind of connection with the kidnappers. The family is looking for that. And it seems like to me that these individuals were expert robbers and removing Nancy Guthrie from the house. But as kidnappers go, not so expert, because there hasn't been much of a connection. Some messages left with media. There are now some developments that have occurred in the past 24 hours. President Trump says that we should know something very soon. So let's hope and pray there'll be a reunion of Nancy Guthrie with her family. Epstein file revelations continue, and every day it's something else. Disgraced former Prince Andrew seen in photos. Disgraced top British officials. Lord Peter Mandelson is going to probably lose his title. Who knows what else? Kicked out of government. All kinds of revelations about Hollywood stars and politicians that were dealing with this creep. And part of what the revelations brought forward, more video of that night before he died in the Manhattan jail, where an orange blob is seen in the corner of that video. Questions about, whether someone was going up to his cell or not. Dan Bongino said that there was nothing there. But now this video shows a blob. There could be something there. CBS News did a deep dive into it, says the official story does not match the video. I've always contended and told you my belief that I think he was murdered. I don't think that this guy committed suicide at all. Now, some people believe that the body was switched out. There's also a mysterious email from a person in the prison talking about, someone being switched out. Who knows? I mean, can we trust anything we're being told by the government? No. So more revelations hopefully will be coming. NFL legend Eric Dickerson this week blasted the corrupt NFL for their disgusting halftime show that they're going to be producing tomorrow with a guy who hates America, hates to really dress like a male, hates to sing in English, going to be singing in Spanish, and he's Kamala Harris loving, Trump hating, and he's going to be preceded by Green Day, who hates President Trump just as much. So, I mean, what is the NFL doing? I mean, their fans are not all Trump haters. You got a lot of Republicans, conservatives in that fan base. So the good news is here in Real America's Voice, we're going to be airing the Turning Point USA halftime entertainment show. And right before that, we're going to have something called Taking Back the Charts, the rise of America First music, right here on Real America's Voice. Going to be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, right before the Turning Point USA halftime show that we're going to air. Turn off the Super Bowl, turn off Bad Bunny, and watch something pro-American right here on Real America's Voice. Now, the poll question is about Iran. The State Department is now urging Americans to leave Iran. So that tells me that there could be something very close as far as military action. So log on to Crouere.net. Let me know what you think. Should we get involved militarily or let the people of Iran overthrow that government? The Olympics are going on, and the Associated Press is now complaining that the Olympic teams are, quote, too white. They have to bring race into everything, don't they? Every single thing they have to bring race into. How about the best people make the Olympics, whether they're black or white? How about we just celebrate the best? Why do we have to inject race into whether it be NFL coaches or the Olympics? I think Americans are getting tired of that. Republicans are in bad shape this week. The 30th GOP House Republican announced his retirement from Congress. I mean, this is an avalanche of Republicans leaving. We already have a very difficult situation to retain control. Folks, unless something dramatic changes, get ready for a Democrat-controlled House of Representatives, which is going to be a nightmare. So we need to marshal all of our political forces and try to prevent that from happening. Republican voters, unfortunately, are just not motivated. Look at what happened in Texas with that special election. We need to get them motivated. House Republicans need to deliver on an agenda. How about the SAVE Act? How about more election reform? How about doing something so that people feel better about voting Republican? President Trump can't do everything. Now, Democrats, they're demanding that ICE get defunded. They're demanding ICE agents not wear their masks. They're demanding that ICE agents be put in jeopardy. They're demanding, ICE be shut down. So one thing going for Republicans is they can just point to the extreme nature of the Democrats. But they have got to act and act quickly. And finally, a kudos to Melania Trump, the First Lady. More great box office results for her documentary. My wife and I saw it. We loved it. We think a lot of you will enjoy it. Get out there and see it. Let's show the critics that the American people don't listen to their nasty reviews and give more and more of a box office result for Melania. So far, it's doing great. And hopefully it'll have continued success. A lot more to get to as we roll on. It is Ringside Politics right here on the airways. Jeff Crouere with you. Let's take a brief time out. We'll be right back.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, ride your bike.
If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it.
If you're happy and you know it, smile big and bright.
Thousands of kids just like me are happy every day.
And it's all because of generous people like you who support Shriners Hospitals for Children every month.
All you have to do is call the number on your screen or go online to loveshriners.org right now with your monthly gift.
Because of people like you, Shriners Hospitals for Children is able to make an everyday miracle happen for kids like me.
If you're happy and you know it, dance around. If you're happy and you know it, play a song.
If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it.
If you're happy and you know it, take your shot.
And when you call or go online right now to donate $19 a month or more, we'll send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of all the smiles you're bringing to kids' faces every day.
Will today be the day you send your love to the rescue?
When you call the number on your screen right now and give as little as $19 a month, just 63 cents a day, you'll be making a life-changing difference for a child, just like Sarah.
Your monthly gift today could change your life forever.
Because of you.
We are happy and we know it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please call or go online right now to give. If operators are busy, please wait patiently or go to loveshriners.org right away.
It's fun for me to win on the course, but it's even more fun to win on Deal Dash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast auctions, so try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
I'm a J6er. I spent 1,143 days in prison.
About a year in prison.
We were prosecuted, persecuted.
J6ers have been treated like terrorists.
And we need your help.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
For just $10 or more, you can help these patriots get back on their feet again. Go now to j6support.com and donate today.
Did you know that thousands Thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing. If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you.
Call or scan for your free writer's guide today.
All right, some big cases going on that we're following here on the Ringside Politics program. Ryan Ruth, of course, the attempted assassin of President Trump, sentenced to life in prison. Tyler Robinson is on trial for the assassination of course, Charlie Kirk. Decided to bring on an expert to give us some insight into these cases and more. She is a former prosecutor, now a seasoned defense attorney from the great city of Austin, Texas. Lindsay Richard is with us. Hey, Lindsay, how are you? Welcome.
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Great. Thanks for being with us. So let's first talk about Ryan Ruth. Boy, that was a hard, he was defending himself, right, Lindsay?
He was, and there's going to be a lot of issues on appeal, which I think is probably inevitable, because he did represent himself and he made a lot of comments that made it pretty clear he probably has some serious mental health issues.
So when someone represents themselves, who decides on an appeal? Is it an automatic appeal, or, does he say he wants to appeal it? Is he going to bring on attorneys now? How's that going to go from here?
Potentially. So he would have to file for an appeal within about 30 days, just notice that he's intending to appeal his case. And then my guess is they're going to assign him an appellate attorney. I guess he can say he wants to do it himself, but that would be very ill-advised. But you know what? So is representing yourself in a trial. So who knows what he's going to do. But he would have about 30 days from his sentencing that happened last week or this past week. And, it would be smart to appeal this particular conviction just because there's so many issues with the actual trial.
So he was Martin Roth. Was that his court-appointed attorney that he got rid of?
I'm not actually sure, but I believe so. I think he had a court-appointed attorney, and most states, usually if you represent yourself, they have someone kind of on standby that's there to help you in case you desperately need it.
So he had asked the judge for 20 years in prison on top of a 7-year mandatory sentence for one of the gun convictions. And of course, it was life in prison plus 7 years following the assassination attempt against Trump. To me, from looking at the evidence, and I'm no expert, it seems like it's pretty clear he did it and planned this thing. They seem to have a lot of evidence about, his planning that went into it. And for someone, quote unquote, mentally ill, he certainly put a lot of planning into the attempted assassination of the president and almost pulled it off, Lindsay.
True. I don't think I think he is rightfully convicted. And even if the judge had given the 27-year sentence that they were asking for, that's still based on his age, really would have ended up being life anyway. For him, it would have been inevitable that he was going to die in prison. And there's no space, and this is a clear indication that there's no room or tolerance or even understanding for political violence in our country. And hard stop, regardless of your political affiliation or what your political beliefs are at this point. This has to end. This political
What
violence.
was really disturbing to me, Lindsay, was that this happened just a few months after the first assassination attempt, where there were so many questions about how that was pulled off. And now you had this and questions about how this was pulled off. And he came so darn close to, getting this, his target, which was President Trump, killed. So thank God that somebody finally spotted him at the end. And then, of course, he takes off And then it's a Good Samaritan who actually alerts local law enforcement who then tracked him down. Let's, if we could transition to the case involving Tyler Robinson, who is on trial now for the murder of Charlie Kirk. I don't know if you've been following this case. It seems to me very interesting. I had heard that the evidence involving the gun, there were DNA from 5 different people on that gun. That seems to me a real red flag. I don't know about you, but I've got questions about this case as well. Any thoughts on that one, Lindsay?
I think that there's still a lot of information that we don't know, and that we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. Again, I mean, this is an assassination, so there's just no, there's really no tolerance for it, no matter what. But we have very limited information still, really, about motivation and how this was carried out. And so I think there's still more that we're going to need to wait and see.
And I think there's a lot of questions about the whole case. I mean, from how it was done and sort of the video, questions about some of the video that's been released, and questions about how he pulled this off and how this whole thing was done. So I am not satisfied with the information that we've received, and hopefully more will be forthcoming as to what evidence they have against him. But as a defense attorney, when you hear that the murder weapon, quote unquote, has DNA from multiple people on there, is that something that can help his defense?
Absolutely. I mean, anything that they are able to use to say potentially maybe it's not even him that pulled the trigger. I mean, I don't know all of the evidence against him to be able to say what they can do as far as this defense strategy, but having multiple DNA, found on the murder weapon is certainly going to lend itself to having a defense argument of some kind. And I think,
right,
all of this, honestly, is part of a bigger discussion about political rhetoric and the way that people are now feeling emboldened to engage in political violence. And I think it's something we all need to be thinking about and talking about.
Well, it really is eye-opening to see all these different incidents that have occurred in the span of a few months. And certainly appreciate your insights on all this, Lindsay. Thanks so much for being with us to shed some light on it from a legal perspective. So we'll be following this case very closely. Again, I've got questions about the whole thing, okay? The whole thing. And the information that was presented, I'm one of those that has questioned everything from, the pipe bomb story to this, to everything that we were told during COVID, to the elections, to just questioning, folks, just questioning. Lots of questions. All right. One question that was answered the other day by a CNN data analyst, Harry Enton, was that MAGA will outlast Donald Trump. That was good to hear because we want this movement to continue, right? Let's check out clip number 1.
So how much power, and we're talking about influence here, do they have on the GOP, especially over the long run?
Yeah, over the long run. That's what I think is so important here. And it's not just about Donald Trump. It's about the Make America movement. Again, that's what we're talking about, Make America Great Again movement. And it is as powerful as it has ever been, because I want you to take a look here. GOP who view MAGA favorably. 2 years ago, when Donald Trump was running for term number 2, it was 74%. Today, look at this. It's 78% of Republicans who view the Make America Great Again movement favorably. So we're talking about something that, in my opinion, will very much be able to outlast Donald Trump. Trump is in term number 2. He can't run for a term number 3. But the bottom line is this. What he brought into the GOP looks like it's going to last long beyond him.
Amen. Amen. That's great news. Now, when we're talking about why this movement is so important, it's because look at the other side, folks. Dangerous leftists. And one person that really knew that years ago was one of my heroes, Margaret Thatcher. And in an interview that was sort of uncovered the other day, wanted to share it with you. She lays out the strategy of how to deal with it. And this is something we should all follow. Let's check out clip number 2.
Once you start to compromise with the left, first you compromise with the near left, then they're fanatical. I always give them this, they're fanatical. Then you compromise with the middle left. Then you find yourselves compromising with the far left. Never forget that some of the tyrannical regimes have come into power by constitutional means. I've traveled in many communist countries. Is there a correct view? And mercifully here there is not a correct view. But we've moved in that direction in one thing which frightens me. There is now a correct union to join in some industries. And if you do not join it, you lose your job under Michael Foot's legislation without compensation, without appeal. That frightens me. A step in that direction frightens me, and we have to fight it now. If you don't fight when the knock comes at your neighbor's door, what right are you to expect them to fight when it comes at your door?
Amen. Margaret Thatcher. And one example of a crazed leftist is this guy, Jerry Nadler, saying what he did about ICE agents, and the rhetoric is just reprehensible. Let's check out what this congressman from New York had to say. Let's go to clip number 3.
The tax cuts on millionaires and billionaires enacted over the last 10 years. But what is really the major problem in this country today is the fascism in our streets. The attacks on American citizens by masked hoodlums. If you were attacked by a masked person, you might think you were being kidnapped. You'd be justified in shooting the person to protect yourself. But we see people being shot for what? For driving a car? We see people, the ICE goons break into people's homes without a warrant. We see them drag out a man, an American citizen, in his underwear without even permitting him in the snow, without even permitting him to get dressed. This is the major problem we have today, along with the attack on our elections.
He's more concerned about the attire of these people. I'm more concerned about the criminal behavior that they've engaged in. All right. We've got a lot to get to as we roll on. Keep it right here on Real America's Voice. Ringside Politics returns right after this.
Hey folks, it's your friend John Rich. I co-founded Old Glory Bank because we heard too many stories about people getting canceled by their bank because they didn't agree with their politics. The government wanted to know where you shop. If you bought a Bible or you shopped at a sporting goods store, you're probably on a list. We created Old Glory Bank because America needed a bank that would protect their privacy and security. Exercising your constitutional rights is not a criminal activity, and neither is loving your country. At Old Glory Bank, we stand with you.
Guys, if you plan to retire in the next 20 years, or if you've already retired, I have a message for you that you need to hear. Central banks, BRIC nations, and our allies are pumping trillions of dollars back into America, but every dollar they send could make your savings worth less. Hi. I'm Donald Trump Jr., and I just want you to be prepared for the future. So protect your hard-earned savings with gold. A gold IRA from my trusted friends at the Birch Gold Group offers you the safety net of gold with the tax advantage status of a retirement account. To see how it's done, click the link below to get a free info kit on gold IRAs. This kit reveals why gold IRAs are exploding in popularity, so do it now. What do you have to lose? It's free and there's no obligation. Click the link below to get your free info kit from the Birch Gold Group.
I'm a J6er. I spent 1,143 days in prison.
I'm a J6er, and I spent 3 months in jail and about a year in prison.
I spent 4 years out of an 18-year sentence in prison.
J6ers have been smeared and defamed by the media, persecuted by the government, and treated like terrorists.
J6ers are patriotic men and women, mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers from all walks of life.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
And we need your help.
For just $10 or more, you're helping these patriots get mental, physical, and spiritual help.
Please scan the QR code or go to j6support.com to donate $10 or more to support these American patriots.
Go now to j6support.com and donate today.
J6er. I spent 1,143 days in prison.
About a year in prison.
4 years out of an 18-year sentence in prison.
J6ers have been treated like terrorists.
And we need your help.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
For just $10 or more, you can help these patriots get back on their feet again.
Please scan the QR code to donate $10 or more to support these American patriots.
Thank you for standing in the gap.
All right, welcome back, folks. The world is talking about the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie, and I thought it'd be good to bring on an expert, an author, and a Los Angeles-based private investigator. Niels Gravilius is with us. And Niels, how are you? Welcome.
I think I'm having a lovely day. Jeff, how are you?
Very good. Well, I appreciate you joining us, Niels, and talking about this case that the world is really sort of fixated on. Sunday morning, I think about 1:30, 2 a.m., Nancy Guthrie went missing, and we've gotten some ransom notes sent to the media, not to the family, and have not been able to really get much. Some developments, a car was towed away recently. Investigators spent a lot of time going through the yard. They've been back and forth to the house. Niels, give us your expert view on what's going on here.
Well, I think if any family member were involved in this, the Bureau and the Pima County Sheriff would already know it, would already have a hot lead for that. Towing the car probably meant that they were trying to eliminate somebody as a suspect. And then we have the situation with the ransom note. There have been some fake ransom demands, and according to at least two outlets, a ransom demand that was very, very specific about where they left Nancy Guthrie's Apple Watch in the house, which was to authenticate their abduction of her. They say they're not going to communicate further. They've made a demand for a crypto transfer. The Bureau and the sheriff are probably analyzing cell phone metadata going back weeks like they did in the Koberger case, looking for different cell phones coming and going from that neighborhood. Kidnapping like this takes a lot of logistical planning. This was not an impulsive act, I don't think, unless I'm missing something, Jeff. This was very well organized.
Yes.
Discipline.
Now, let me ask you a few questions here. Now, it seems like the kidnapping was performed flawlessly because they got away with it, and they've been unable to really find much in all these days. But the ransom demands, it seems sort of odd. They didn't provide proof of life. They haven't been paid yet. There's a real question as to whether the lady is still alive, because she needs medication and hasn't received it now, and I guess close to a week. So I've heard some say that they think these folks were expert robbers, but maybe not expert kidnappers. Although,
I'm going to differ, Jeff.
Okay, tell us. Yeah, give us your view, please.
This is a very well-planned operation. I'm going to point out that in 2021, Mexico extradited a Chilean national who was a communist who had run a kidnapping ring out of San Miguel de Allende in Mexico successfully for more than a decade, kidnapping for ransom specifically. These were KGB-trained men who fled Chile with the rise of Pinochet and operated in complete secrecy out of Mexico. I'm not saying that group did this. Obviously, those are old men now. But somebody mimicking that level of tradecraft has executed a very skilled kidnapping here.
Do these things, I mean, we go back in our history to the Lindbergh baby, Frank Sinatra Jr., some high-profile people that have been kidnapped over the years. But now, with the advent of all this technology and surveillance and cameras and abilities that the FBI and the government has, it would seem to me almost impossible to pull this off successfully. But so far, they haven't been apprehended, but they haven't gotten any money, have they?
They haven't gotten any money yet, but it's still in the offing. One of the things I'm going to point out that's less than obvious, I could demand proof of life in a kidnapping case like this, and a skilled user of artificial intelligence could create a fake video that would be difficult if somebody took a video of a video to discern as an AI, or it would be ambiguous enough that they would have to operate on the assumption that Nancy Guthrie is still alive. I don't hold out a lot of hope that she is. I pray that she is. There was a blood trail at the house, so obviously she or somebody else was injured contemporaneous with the kidnapping. It doesn't look good. If it was
what sort of capabilities does law enforcement have to review footage from nearby, highways? It seems like in Tucson, there are a lot of communities there that don't have much lighting, that they, want to enjoy the night sky, so it's dark. And I think in this neighborhood there was as well. Maybe not a lot of people having useful.
It's the Catalina Hills. There wasn't a lot of video footage within the neighborhood, but every neighborhood has an ingress and an egress. So they're going to be analyzing flock cameras, which automatically capture license plate numbers, that sort of thing. The reason I keep saying that this was well planned is, Jeff, it involves a lot of reconnaissance. You're going to want to look at the scene many times to ascertain the best approach. Unless I am wrong, and this is a psychopath who just got lucky, meaning got in and got out without being caught, and she's in a hole somewhere. But I don't sense that of this. There is a credible ransom demand because of the positioning of the Apple Watch. So we have to operate on the belief that this is a skilled kidnapping.
Niels, if you were advising the family, would you say pay the ransom without proof of life?
I would not.
Okay. And do you see this coming to a conclusion where these kidnappers are arrested for this crime?
Eventually, yes. It will occur.
Yeah. Because how often do kidnappers get away with it and get a ransom and not get caught? I mean, that's very rare, right, in this day and age?
In this country, it's as rare as hen's teeth. But, Jeff, we have a country within a country. There are kidnappings which take place rather regularly in this country by the cartels of other narcotics players that never hit the news. And ransoms are demanded and paid, and sometimes the ransom involves forbearance. In other words, you don't do this and we won't do that. Because we allow ourselves to have countries formed within our country, a lot of this sort of thing occurs, and we only find out about it later.
Niels, thank you for your insights. Really appreciate you coming on with us. And we're praying for an outcome where this family is reunited and Ms. Guthrie is healthy. We'll be watching. All right. Thank you, sir. We'll be watching the Super Bowl, but not watching Bad Bunny. Going to be watching right here on Real America's Voice, the Turning Point USA special. And, of course, what we're doing prior to that is called Taking Back the Charts, that we're going to be having right here on Real America's Voice prior to the TPUSA Super Bowl. Well, let's talk to someone who's a real expert in this, a country and patriotic rock artist, former TV host, founder and CEO of American Rebel. Andy Ross is back with us here on the Ringside Politics program. And, Andy, how are you? Welcome.
Man, I'm doing great. Just blessed, man. Happy to be here.
Well, why would the NFL choose a divisive, political, cross-dressing, Spanish-singing, Trump-hating performer like Bad Bunny and precede him with Green Day, which is violently anti-Trump, and they hate the conservatives, very, very left-wing. So why is the NFL doing that, Andy?
Well, they turned the power to pick the halftime shows and the music over to, I think it was Jay-Z, I believe, gave him like a 10-year run at it. And, there's other people picking the acts. I mean, Why they would put Bad Bunny on there, I have no idea, but I know, and I mean all puns intended, I am definitely hopping over to see my buddy Kid Rock and Lee Brice sing the paint off the wall at their halftime show. That's for sure.
What kind of numbers do you think the NFL is going to have to see as far as viewership for the TPUSA event for them to get the message that, they're going in the wrong direction here? Because you look at the acts that they've brought on. Eminem, very left wing. The guy last year, Kendrick Lamar, left wing. Beyonce, left wing. I mean, it's like every time. I mean, they don't have a pro-American conservative music act in the Super Bowl for who knows how long. So what kind of message do we need to send to them viewership-wise, you think, with this event?
Well, and just to mention, too, they haven't had a pure rock band do the halftime show since 2010 when The Who played. And I'm kind of a rock guy, so I like my rock bands. But, I enjoy football very much. I mean, I really do love watching football games. And I'll watch, the NFL, it doesn't really matter who's playing. If that's the only game on Thursday night, I really do. But, man, they are making it so hard for someone to stay and want to stay tuned in. And I think they're reaching new levels and new levels and new levels of people that are just going to, at some point, are just going to say, you know what, enough's enough. I'm over it. I'm not watching anymore. And, I've lived in Nashville for 17 years, but I was born and raised in Kansas City. So I'm a Chiefs fan, and I've had a good run. Last 5, 6, 7 years have been good to me, but it's just getting to the point where I think bigger blocks of people are going to stop tuning in, and I'm wrestling with it myself. I just can't take it.
I hope you're right. I still watch the games. I won't go to them. I won't spend my money on the Saints because we have the Saints down here because the prices are exorbitant. And I'm making that statement. I will occasionally go if someone gives me tickets. But I'm not watching tomorrow Bad Bunny. I'm going to be watching our programming and what everyone else is hopefully going to be watching, Turning Point USA. And let's see what kind of numbers it draws. Hopefully it'll be impressive. Let's talk about something else, Andy. You're a music guy. Of course, we had the Grammys the other night. And this idiot winner talked about stolen land. And then we found out that Billie Eilish's mansion is on stolen land. So should she actually move out and turn over her mansion to the Tongva tribe there?
Yeah, the Tongva tribe, it's ancestry land. And not only should, I guess it's her word, she should turn it over, but I find it interesting that mansion of hers is, and her property, her family, her home, her homestead is well guarded and gated and security. And I'll bet if you and I went over there and walked in the front door and broke out the margarita maker and started making some food and sat down watching TV, I bet she would call the police. Although her words, there's no one illegal on stolen land, so I don't know why she'd call the police. But it just amazes me that somebody understands that. She understands that she needs that privacy, that protection, and that security to protect the border of her home.
Right.
Well, how you start protecting the border of your own home is by protecting the border of your country. She wants to protect her home, but isn't interested in protecting the border of the country where it all starts, where all of our homes are.
That's a great point, Andy. By the way, that's something I will not watch, the Grammys. I only saw these clips that people shared with me. I will not watch the Emmys, will not watch the Oscars. I hate the direction that these celebrities have gone in. You can't just enjoy the music or the film. You have to get berated with their politics. Yeah. And just enough is enough. And they're all left wing. Andy, thank you so much for what you do. And thank you so much for being with us here on the Ringside Politics program. Let's squeeze in one clip before we go to a break. And, Andy talking about keeping our borders secure. Barack Obama used to believe in getting rid of folks who were here illegally. Listen to what he had to say just a few years ago. Let's go to clip number 4.
There are those in the immigrants' rights community who have argued passionately that we should simply provide those who are illegally with legal status, or at least ignore the laws on the books and put an end to deportation until we have better laws. And often this argument is framed in moral terms. Why should we punish people who are just trying to earn a living? I recognize the sense of compassion that drives this argument. But I believe such an indiscriminate approach would be both unwise and unfair. It would suggest to those thinking about coming here illegally that there will be no repercussions for such a decision. And this could lead to a surge in more illegal immigration. And it would also ignore the millions of people around the world who are waiting in line to come here legally.
Boy, the Democrat Party has changed their messaging on this issue over the years, big time. All right, a lot more to get to as we roll on. Quick time out. Keep it right here on Ringside on Real America's Voice. We'll be right back.
It's fun for me to win on the course, but it's even more fun to win on Deal Dash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast auctions, so try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
When you look at your grocery bill, is it so high it knocks you off your feet? It's time to stand up and save with InstaSeal by Bell & Howell, the world's first vertical vacuum sealing system designed to save you money. Unlike ordinary storage bags that trap air in, spoiling your food, InstaSeal removes the air completely, extending freshness up to 6 times longer. Now that's saving. Look, flat sealers create a big mess, but InstaSeal is upright, mess-free, and easy. The secret is Smart Seal technology. With just one touch, it auto-feeds the bag to seal, pauses to vacuum out the air, then continues to perfectly seal. Plus, InstaSeal has a motor powerful enough to crush cans, but smart enough to save crackers from turning to dust. Forget big, bulky sealers you have to put away. InstaSeal's compact design stays to help you seal and save every day. Got a great deal on chicken, meat, or fish? InstaSeal protects it from freezer burn. Now buy groceries in bulk. Make meals ahead of time. InstaSeal and save. It even works with all universal storage system bags. Buy on sale meats. InstaSeal and save. When you add it all up, InstaSeal will help you seal and save hundreds on your family's grocery bill. Call or go online now and get the complete InstaSeal system that keeps food fresh 6 times longer, with enough storage bags to fill your entire fridge for the special TV discount price of just $99.99. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. You get it all, an incredible value for one low price. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-308-6802 or go to buyinstaseal.com. So call 1-800-308-6802 or order online at buyinstaseal.com.
J6er. I spent 1,143 days in prison.
About a year in prison.
We were prosecuted, persecuted.
J6ers have been treated like terrorists.
And we need your help.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
For just $10 or more, you can help these patriots get back on their feet again. Go now to j6support.com and donate today.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you.
Call or scan for your free writer's guide today.
Ringside Politics. We report the news to you up front. Ringside Politics. Politics with a punch. Ringside Politics. Analysis made crystal clear. Ringside Politics with your host, Jeff Crouere.
All right, one of our good friends is joining us, forensic psychiatrist, best-selling author, known as America's Psychiatrist. Dr. Carol Lieberman is with us. Hey, Dr. Carol, how are you?
Hi there. Fine, thank you. As fine as one could be.
You know, you've been
environment.
Yeah, I hear you. So you've been posting about this Savannah Guthrie, her mom, and wanted to share some of the things you've been asking about, the reward. You've been wondering why the reward is not bigger, right? I mean, we're talking about, we've seen much bigger rewards. Why don't you think they've increased it?
That is the question. It's something that really infuriates me because, we all can't help but sort of identify with Savannah and imagine how we would feel if our mother had been abducted. And I can't imagine not begging, borrowing, or stealing enough money to offer like $1 million reward for information leading to her capture. It just boggles my mind. It kind of makes you wonder. Well, I mean, of course she wants her mother back. I can't figure out the answer. I've been thinking about this for days.
Right. I mean, the nation is transfixed on this. And, we're talking about something of the utmost importance. We got all the resources being deployed here. That just seems odd. I've seen much bigger ones. Let's talk a little bit about the ransom note describing the mother as safe but scared. So as a forensic psychiatrist, this has gotten your attention. Tell us more.
Yes. You don't usually see words about feelings in notes from ransom, people who have abducted someone for ransom. And safe but scared, that seems to me purposely chosen, those words chosen to get Savannah to act, to provide them with the ransom money. Because you think about your mother being scared, of course that's going to get to your heart. And that was a little unusual. It seems like the person had more of a personal connection, perhaps, which, I mean, I know there's been this different opinions about whether the son-in-law is involved. I don't know. I just know that some people are reporting that and that they took his car, the FBI. But no, this is really, there are a number of things that are really strange about this. But primarily for me, I don't know, first of all, why they're not acting faster. I mean, why they didn't act faster. It's just very difficult.
When you look at the reward is so minimal compared to what we've seen with others and the resources involved here. But the ransom, do we know how much that they're demanding? The kidnappers?
We know millions. I think it's been reported millions in Bitcoin. And yes, people, certainly Savannah Guthrie it's been reported she has a multi-million-dollar bank account. I haven't seen her bank account. But it's just boggling my mind. What also boggled my mind is their films, their calls to the the videos that they made to talk with the abductor. They really did not seem. First of all, they were not very welcoming. I mean, it didn't really encourage the abductor to come forward. Yes, they said, we want to hear from you. We want proof. But with a tone, it was almost like a defiant tone, like, who are you? What are you doing? And that's not what that's not going to encourage them to come forward.
I have to ask you this, Dr. Carroll, as someone that saw Silence of the Lambs many times, there's a scene in there where the senator's daughter has been kidnapped, and she appeals to the kidnapper, mentioning her daughter's name, saying, to talk to her. You understand she's a good person. And that's sort of the same exact language that was used in the video that the Guthrie family made. That seemed to be sort of very odd to me. It's like this movie coming to real life.
Well, yes, actually, there were things that they said about their mother that on the one hand was very sweet, and it was meant to get the sympathy of the abductors. This is a wonderful woman and she has such a good heart. Or I'm just paraphrasing. But on the other hand, then they were saying things like, well, she's really tough. And, now remember, this woman has a pacemaker. She may well be tough in terms of her personality, but there are certain physical issues that have a time limit.
Yeah, and you know what? We're going to continue to pray. Dr. Carroll, thank you so much. We appreciate your insights as always. All right, we're up against it, so let's go to one of my favorite parts of the program where we share our memes of the week. We got some good ones. This is from Kathy in Sulphur, and how appropriate is this? America will never be great until we put God first. Thank you so much for that one, Ms. Kathy. Robert in Virginia's got a few for us. Here's the first one. It is illegal not to wear a mask. You get hurt. It is illegal to wear a mask. We want you to get hurt. Yes. And then the next one from Robert in Virginia. There's Bill Gates. Y'all got any more of them STD antibiotics? Man, if there's one person that came away looking bad, it's him. Let's share our video of the week sent to us by Doug in Florida. Let's check it out.
You think you can stand here and scare us? Huh? You're not protecting anyone. You're the problem. Look at me when I'm talking to you. What are you going to do, tough guy? You going to hide behind that mask? Say something. Say something. Yeah, that's what I think. My eyes. Oh, get it off. Oh, I can't see.
All right. If you've got a video, a clip of the week you want to send in, email me at jeff@wgso.com, a meme, a Trump image. We'd love to get them. Also, of course, spread the word about our new time, 1 p.m. Central, right here on Real America's Voice. We're on during the week on the radio on WGSO in New Orleans, WGSO.com, 7 to 9 in the morning, 6 to 7 in the evening. And we certainly appreciate all of our great viewers calling in during the program during the week. And we're going to be preparing for the next show. So any thoughts, comments, ideas, suggestions, always appreciate it. You can email me at jeff@wgso.com. Follow us on Rev Ambassadors. Love for you to join our club, for Ringside Politics, our group, and go to crouere.net. Cast your vote on the web poll. Thanks to our great team in Denver for their great work, and all of you for watching. We'll see you next time for another edition of Ringside on Real America's Voice.
Order of a round shots, and it's away we go.
There are a few things more aggravating than seeing your tax dollars wasted by the government. All too often, when big government tries to save the day, the funds sent around the world to help people in need are diverted by corrupt leaders to line their own pockets, enrich their cronies, or further an agenda that has nothing to do with helping their countrymen. You can do a better job at promoting freedom than any government can. Scan the QR code now or visit atlasnetwork.org/RAV today to join the worldwide freedom movement. With your gift of just $19 a month, we'll send you an Atlas Network exclusive hat. Plus, we'll send the print edition of our Freedom's Champion magazine to your door. We identify, train up, and celebrate local leaders as they work to make freedom a reality across the world. Our partners often risk everything, their reputations, their livelihoods, even their lives to fight for freedom in places where authoritarianism reigns. Visit atlasnetwork.org/RAV or scan the QR code to join our mission to help pro-freedom organizations around the world. Donate $19 a month to receive your exclusive Atlas Network hat.
Hey folks, it's your friend John Rich. I co-founded Old Glory Bank because we heard too many stories about people getting canceled by their bank because they didn't agree with their politics. The government wanted to know where you shop. If you bought a Bible or you shopped at a sporting goods store, you're probably on a list. We created Old Glory Bank because America needed a bank that would protect their privacy and security. Exercising your constitutional rights is not a criminal activity, and neither is loving your country. At Old Glory Bank, we stand with you.
I'm a J6er. I spent 1,143 days in prison.
I'm a J6er, and I spent 3 months in jail and about a year in prison.
I spent 4 years out of an 18-year sentence in prison.
J6ers have been smeared and defamed by the media, persecuted by the government, and treated like terrorists.
J6ers are patriotic men and women, mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers from all walks of life.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
And we need your help.
For just $10 or more, you're helping these patriots get mental, physical, and spiritual help.
Please scan the QR code or go to j6support.com to donate $10 or more to support these American patriots.
Go now to j6support.com and donate today.
I'm a J6er. I spent 1,143 days in prison.
About a year in prison.
4 years out of an 18-year sentence in prison.
J6ers have been treated like terrorists.
And we need your help.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
For just $10 or more, you can help these
We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Kiss my ass. They're criminals. It is a hole. You ever been there?
He says what everyone else is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped.
Anyhow, welcome back to the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. I got number 14 back, the beloved number 14 Birdland from Rick Shaw, a great, dedicated spiritual music luthier in Waco, Texas. Hey, everybody, it's the Real America's Voice. And the Real America's Voice has a soundtrack. I'm having so much fun, it ain't right. Boy, that Nugent guy is crazy because I live life to the fullest. Welcome to the Living to the Life to the Fullest celebration with the Detroit Muscle Motor City Madman, Reverend Theodosius Atrocious, the Whackmaster. The 10 digits of doom. I'm having so much fun. You know, I look a little wounded. If I had a little bit of sleep, take my word for it. If I had a little bit of sleep, I'd be downright handsome. But you're going to have to take the old silver-bearded Santa Claus. What a year, 2026. Happy 250th anniversary, America. And I, if nothing else, embody the flame-throwing, inescapable celebration of life, liberty, and the pursuit of gonzo happiness. Do you have gonzo happiness? Well, if you're here with me at the Ted Nugent Real America's Voice Spirit Campfire, I bestow upon you unlimited, irrefutable, indefatigable, immeasurable gonzo happiness, because truth, logic, and common sense, Barack, it's especially fueled another Navy SEAL coffee, Warpath Coffee. I'm on a warpath. I'm on a mission of mercy. I'm on an American dream jihad where Christianity, constitutional, conservative, conservation, freedom is the warpath of Ted Nugent, and I suspect my fellow Real America Voice compatriots here. But this is the Spirit Campfire. Take a moment of self-reflection, shall we? A journey to the center of the mind, if you will. What a great lick. Boy, there's a big screen over there. That was the piano and the guitar part that I wrote, and that I wrote for the great Gregor Rame of the bass line. And then the guitar part, I dropped my guitar pick. It must be all that raccoon blood on my fingertips because I dropped my guitar pick, which also helps me play killer Predator guitar licks. And then the guitar solo that changed the world. Take a journey to the center of the mind with a guitar player, won't you? In 2026, happy 250th anniversary to real Americans who still work our asses raw, make sacrifices, dedicate incredible, indefatigable work ethic so that we're in the asset column. That's really why I'm deemed radical and crazy, because I'm radically dedicated to be in the asset column for God, family, country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, Ten Commandments, the Golden Rule, Declaration of Independence, law and order, good over evil. You know, the stuff that you and I stand up for and that somehow Bruce Springsteen is against. What happened to those guys? I got some kind of noise. What? Is there some kind of background noise in my ear? Is there an industrial revolution going on at the headquarters of Real America's Voice somewhere in Washington, D.C.? Well, no wonder they're in Washington, D.C. So what? Bottom line is 2026, and I'm having the time of my life. You see that smile on my face? You know, don't come cheap. Sure,